Hello everyone, I'm coming here for support because I desperately need it. I, 35 female, am the wayward partner, WP, and I had a 3-month affair. D-Day was 2 months ago. He found sex between me and the affair partner. I confessed at that point, and my husband, BP, agreed to work on reconciliation. We are both working to stay together, and we've had moments where we felt hopeful and happy that we still have each other. I do genuinely want to change, and I want to be the partner he deserves. However, there's something I still haven't disclosed. AP and I met once, and we had sex. It was just a one-time thing, and he lives in another state, so we didn't meet again. My BP is unaware of this, and it's troubling me. I know this changes everything. He told me he was willing to work on reconciliation only because he believed it was an online affair and nothing physical. I've kept this part hidden because I'm terrified it will break us for good. But I know that keeping this from him is not fair. Every day I don't tell him feels like another betrayal. In my time reflecting, I've come to the painful realization that I am a compulsive liar, and I believe this stems from unresolved trauma. I've lied throughout my life, often as a means of protecting myself or avoiding consequences. It's something I'm ashamed of, and I'm opening up to my therapist about it, and together we're trying to understand why I do this and how to change. I know I need to come forward to my BP with the full truth. We've talked about doing a full disclosure, and he said he'd be patient with me because he's aware of my trauma and understands that it takes time to unpack everything. But I feel like I'm deceiving him every moment I hold back this crucial part of the story. I want to respect his choice in wanting full transparency, but I'm terrified of the consequences and losing him for good. I keep wondering if telling him now, after he's already started the process of reconciliation, would be even more hurtful than it would have been initially. I'm afraid it will destroy any progress we've made. I don't know if there's a right way to do this, or if I'm just making excuses to keep avoiding the full disclosure. Should I tell him about the physical aspect now? Does the fact there was a physical aspect matter at all now that we've started on the reconciliation? Would it cause such a drastic difference in his feelings towards me? Thanks, update. My affair began online. Initially, I thought that since it was all virtual, it wouldn't have a significant impact. However, things escalated to the point where the affair partner flew in from out of state to meet me. We booked a hotel and spent the day together, during which we had sex 6 times. After we parted, we continued exchanging messages and nudes too. Eventually, my husband discovered these messages. I didn't fully disclose everything at first. I trickle-truthed. I told a more truthful version of events but left out significant details. My husband had a meltdown upon hearing what I shared. He ended our conversation by saying, "I'm giving you one more chance since it was purely online. This will be your last." After seeing how he reacted, I was too afraid to tell him the full extent of what happened, so I kept the rest to myself. We began working on reconciliation and started attending marriage counseling. However, during our second session, it came out that I had been physically unfaithful. My husband was devastated and became very upset. He left the session and hasn't let me come home since. He sent me a short message after the session saying, "We're done. I'm currently staying at my sister's place. Unfortunately, she's been unsupportive and has been making light of my situation. She keeps laughing at me, telling me how stupid I am for throwing everything away, which has only added to my feelings of isolation and guilt. I'm now waiting for the divorce papers to arrive, and the dread I feel is overwhelming. The anticipation of the divorce papers arriving is eating me alive. It's the finality of it all that I'm struggling to accept. I had hoped that maybe somehow there would be a chance to salvage something between us, but I see now that my actions have destroyed every ounce of trust he once had. He wanted transparency, and I failed him at every turn. I deserve this." Story 2. My wife cheated on me and is denying it. Here is my story. Please tell me what to do. I am truly lost and cannot get past what happened. I am a 34-year-old guy married for the past 8 years and have 2 kids, 7 years old and a 1-year-old. And I just found out that my wife cheated on me. I started suspecting her from a year now. After the birth of our daughter, she started wanting to go out and live her life. She has been doing that while pregnant and couldn't even wait to jump at it again. No matter I gave her my full trust and freedom of choice, she started asking to go to her girlfriend as a visit in Greece. I got her all the papers and everything, but she didn't get the visa and blamed me for it. During this time, she already supposedly went to another country with her girlfriend, supposedly. I found out later otherwise. This is the beginning of my gut being flipping all over and alarms ringing for something wrong. Last month, we went with our son to another country. I started noticing things that are not normal and started digging around. During the trip, she would lose our son because she is texting on her phone. What I found out when I dug around is the following. 1. The first trip to country A was with a guy, not any girls. 2. They went on a second trip that he helped procure a visa for to Hungary. 3. They went another trip on the beginning of the year to Dubai that she told me is a bargain trip and that the hotel is all paid for by someone at her work and all she have to pay is the ticket. I believed her. 4. She went to London on a supposed job training and was with him again. 5. I found notes that indicate he dumped her and she was trying to get him back. 6 months ago, she was very depressed, and that is when I think they broke up. 7. I found texts between her and her best friend about him, and that she used me as teasing point to piss him off once. 8. I found fake accounts later, one that she is controlling to get info about him. 9. I found his Facebook connected on her phone. 10. During all this year, not one photo was shared by her for any trip. 11. She changed all her passwords that I know, even her phone's lock codes, even though I never bothered to look at them. You will ask, how did I get all this info? I am a technical guy, so I know my way around the tech. So I hacked his account and found out photos of him in the same time, and places she has been. I hacked her account and found out all the check-ins on his profile matching the time she was traveling. I found a photo that she used to make us believe she was with a girl in the first trip, and then found photos of him during the same trip with the same lady in the same outfit. She claims she was with their sister and their family. But I suspect that she doesn't even know the sister at all. When I faced her with all these details, she denied at first talking to him. Sorry, I forget to mention a flirt message from him to her that I caught by mistake. She kept denying. When I pressured with evidences, she confessed talking to him, but kept defiant to the whole idea of infidelity. Then I pressed more with her phone, and the notes I found inside, she confessed talking to him after a big scene, but nothing more happened between them, which I cannot believe. Her girlfriends are from the bad type and are all immersed in cheating their husbands. She used to go out till 12 a.m. and up to 2 a.m. at night and claim she was with them, and I was stupid enough to believe that. She swore that she stopped talking to him on our kids' lives, but I cannot trust her anymore. She swore before that there is nothing between her and any other man. Even after all the evidences, she still denies having an affair with him. Even she swore on our innocent kids. I have no one to speak to of this. I told her father about the situation gradually because he has a heart condition and I love him as my own and don't want him to be affected. Till this day, she denies it, and due to a work-related travel, she had to go to Italy. But this time, I made sure it is work-related. She extended a few days, and I think she is expecting him to follow her. My current situation is very bad. I don't eat, I drink every night, and I cannot look at her. I told her that I forgive her but will not forget. She is still not making an effort to fix things. On the contrary, she is trying to make things go back to normal as if nothing has happened. I don't want to break the marriage because of the kids, and that I don't want her father to have a heart attack. I don't know what to do. I need closure. Divorce is hard technically as well due to the area we live in. She is trying to show me she loves me, but I don't believe her. I thought of a revenge affair but cannot do it because I know it is wrong. I am lost. I wish I could cry, but the tears are not coming. I am tracing all her online movements and found out that she is still trying to hide things from me. She changed her email password again, not knowing that I know. And even the AP's FB page is deleted. Everything is being erased by her to make sure I find nothing anymore. She doesn't know I have everything under surveillance. This is my story, and I don't know what to do or believe. Did she have a physical relation with him? I believe yes, even when she swore by our kids' lives. I am tearing apart, trying to remain strong. Should I get a divorce or should I try to work it out? She is far away and I don't believe anything she says. I lost over 7 kilograms and I was already skinny. I don't eat, cannot think of anything else. I am suspecting everything. I cannot work or do anything. What should I do? It has been a month now in a roller coaster, and she is in another country. Please advise me. I still love her. I loved her more than anything in this whole world, but it is killing me. I only sleep with the help of something. Update. I think I owe you guys and all the people that helped me with their advice an update. So here is the latest update on things she promised me on her final trip to come clean and open everything for me to see, less going out and to be honest and transparent. And during the whole time away, she kept calling me constantly and telling me sweet words and everything someone needs to hear. She came back home, and as if nothing was said, I found a note scarped upon her notepad. After deciphering it, I found out it was a letter to OM saying that this is the first time in her life she is going to talk to him and put her dignity aside. When I faced her, she claimed it was for me, but she didn't feel like finishing it. Of course, it was a big fat lie as usual. We had another huge fight again, and then cooled down. From then it was a roller coaster ride. She wanted to go out again. She started at first telling me with whom and not where. Then she stopped telling me with whom. One time after an outing, she made a huge fight while I checked her friend's Snapchat story and took a screenshot of their picture with her and insulted. I couldn't take it anymore. I started shouting on the phone, and when I got home, I called her father to come over and check his daughter's behavior. In my country, parents have the ultimate sway over their kids, no matter if they are married adults. If we get a divorce, she will go back living with them, not separately. She swore that there was nothing between her and anyone and promised to behave. Didn't last one day. The next day she went out with her friend, who I found out had the direct effect of introducing her to OM. I played it cool. She came back and hugged me afterwards. She kept going out again and not caring what I feel or her promises that she didn't keep any of them. Long story short, 2 days ago, she started at it again. I blew up like a volcano and said the harshest words she could hear. I wanted to make her feel the pain I have. We stayed at it for 2 days. Before yesterday, we went to her parents for her sister's B-Day, and we fought on the way again. She kept insulting me, and I returned the favor. And she kept threatening with suicide, which all just for bull. She was afraid what I am going to do in front of her family. When we arrived, I kept it civil and didn't do a thing, and agreed with her that during the drive home she will speak of everything. She did that. Yesterday, I went out with a business friend. Guys hang out. She stayed at home alone. I put for her a movie so that she doesn't get bored and everything before I left. Today, she starts one of the biggest fights and insults I received. I ignored her, and that made her more frustrated. She is using this method to secure going out later in the day. I know this trend by now. I kept quiet all the time she talked and ignored her. Till now, all her texts and everything. She just wants to switch the guilt on me to feel better, as she is feeling powerless at the moment. Don't know what I will do when I see her later after work. I am very tired, and apparently there is a huge part about OM that she wants to stay hidden, and she is sensing that I am gaining more truth every day. Already started divorce proceedings. Any advice? I am very tired. Please be positive. I have enough negativity in my life at the moment. Thanks. Trust is the foundation of any marriage, and without it, it's nearly impossible to move forward. You've given her multiple opportunities to come clean and work on rebuilding that trust, but she continues to lie and hide things from you. Her behavior, changing passwords, going out without telling you who she's with, and getting defensive when questioned, only adds to the suspicion. It's also concerning that she's not considering the impact of her actions on you or your children. You're losing weight, can't eat, and are under immense stress. This isn't sustainable, and you need to take care of your own well-being. I understand that divorce is a tough decision, especially with kids involved and concerns about her father's health. However, staying in a toxic relationship can be more damaging in the long run for both you and your children. Kids can sense when something is wrong, and they deserve a healthy environment. It might be a good idea to consult a lawyer to understand your options and start documenting everything if you haven't already. Also, consider seeking support from a counselor or therapist to help you process your emotions and plan your next steps.